Huge savings going on here at Viral Hip Hop News. If you've ever wanted to promote your brand with the platform, there's never been a better time to do so. Email me, dlsmediainc1@gmail.com for details. And if you're a subscriber, go to my channel memberships available on my homepage, Sam I Am Viral Podcast, exclusive content available to all my channel members. Click the link, find out how you can join now. Let's go. That's that. I agree. Oh, did you hear Adam22 and what he said about Jay-Z with Whack 100? Did you happen to hear that?
I didn't.
Good. You know why? Because I want to see your reaction live. I'm going to play this video.
Oh, man.
And then as soon as it's done, bro, just go ahead and go in. I don't
All
even
right.
want to say nothing. I want to hear what you got to say.
All right.
It's like, what do you mean? Jay-Z put in so much time and effort building all these relationships with all these old school music industry people and old school radio hosts and all these types of shit. But why does he doesn't have a relationship with me, Vlad, Ak, Sean Cotton,
And you guys are the only ones reporting on it.
but not a
Everybody
single,
else
exactly.
is not saying a word.
But wouldn't you think if he was such a forward-thinking genius in the music industry that he would have wanted to form relationships? Granted, not with me. Don't do it with me.
He
I don't
figured
give a
y'all don't matter.
We do. Spoiler. We're the owners of a lot of the biggest media companies in hip hop. And it's just like, why does the industry seem like they're so fucking boneheaded that they don't try to build relationships with all of these smaller, people who were smaller and are now like bigger than a lot of the more mainstream platforms? It's kind of bizarre. I feel like no particular desire to make Jay-Z's life worse. I assume that these allegations are probably mostly bullshit. But it would be nice if I got to go to the Rock Nation brunch, so I would be a little bit more incentivized to say that. Instead, I'm out here standing up for a guy that never even hit me with a follow back.
He doesn't have social media.
Yeah, he does. He just doesn't follow anybody. I was kidding about the follow back. I know he's not doing that.
Listen, man.
That's my GOAT. That's
I'ma
my
be
favorite
real.
rapper of all time.
Do
I
I
love
think Jay-Z was in the building when things happened? Yes. Do I think Jay-Z know that people were in there doing things they wanted to do? Yes. Do I think Jay-Z was a participant in anything that had anything to do with a kid? No.
2004. He's riding high. He's already like the biggest rapper in the game.
He like 31, 32. The fact that
Yeah.
the girl said she was 13 years old and fought both men off, ran around the house.
All right, we're going to stop there because we already talked about that whole situation. The kind of the crux of what I wanted you to hear was exactly what you heard. Adam22 does not understand why Jay-Z doesn't go to platforms like him, Vlad, Ak, and some of the other platforms he named to give out his real story on the media. What's your thoughts, bro?
My thought is, first of all, I think he's thinking way too highly of himself. Cause like I get it, like people go to you, but you ain't Jay-Z's above you. And what I mean by that is that you in the mud for Jay-Z. Jay-Z's very selective about who he gives his attention to, period. He'll go sit down with a Barbara Walters or that type, or a Gail King or something like that, because he already understands, what you guys are going to do when you get him in for an interview. You're going to get him in for an interview, and in a way, it's going to, I would say with Jay-Z, right? He's separated himself from the bullshit to a certain extent. Even Diddy, like he's not going to go down to that type of level. He wants to be on a level where he is always quiet, he's distinguished, he's reserved. Once he starts opening himself up to platforms like that, I think that mystique about him is going to be gone. That's why I really think he don't do it. And the other reason, I don't think he fuck with y'all like that. Honestly, because he knows, once he goes on there, it's going to be a bunch of salacious bullshit as headlines. You're going to try to dig into this and dig into that. I guarantee you when he goes in for interviews, it's structured as hell. Because he understands you dealing with snakes and fucking vultures in this media shit. Right? What would he look like sitting down with a Vlad? What would he look like? Like you, Jay-Z, you gotta have Bryant Gumbel interview Jay-Z. I don't even see him sitting down with Shay Shay or nobody like that. Or maybe like a Stephen A. Smith might even be a good type of a vibe or interview. I mean, think about Jay-Z's really never done that. He kind of did like little radio stations in the past, but it's few and far between. He did the Breakfast Club a long time ago, but it's few and far in between. For this dude to feel entitled to say, oh, maybe, we could be more incentivized, to speak up for you. We ain't asking Jay-Z for shit. We just speaking on the truth. As a media, you should just be wanting to stand on the truth without being compensated for it. People always say, "Oh, you must be getting paid." It would be nice, but we see the truth and what we feel is the truth, and we present it to the world. But I would love to hear your opinion on it, man. What's your outcome?
Yeah, and I agree with I agree with everything you said. My perspective's just a little different because
Go
look
ahead.
at, man, when you look at, why would he want to feed a vulture that would feed on him if he was dying? Why would he want to feed a vulture that would equally feed on him when he was dying? And when you talk about when you talk about Vlad, Ak, and the other ones, they have done more damage than hip hop to good the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at the energy that they push out, it's all negative. I heard Wack getting on Homeboy because he didn't talk about that incident that happened with the Luigi dude that shot the healthcare guy. Why didn't we talk about that? You talk about if something happened in Compton, if something happened in Chicago, about rappers getting murdered and slain and their heads peeled back. It'd be the first thing we talk about. When it's white on white crime, we don't talk about it. They love talking about the bullshit, the negative aspects, the negative stereotypes when it comes to our culture and our genre of music. And it is spearheaded because, yes, one thing he said is correct. They are some of the most popular and most...
But why?
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
Headed off of bullshit. And if Jay-Z were to go to people, and the thing that drives me crazy is these are things that we've said numerous times on this platform. People have came on and said numerous times on this platform where we think that some of these celebrities, and maybe not Jay-Z because, like you said, he kind of is on a standard of his own. He's always had he's always had the reputation of not doing these kind of lower, small root, grassroots type of platforms. Even the ones that have made it to millionaires, the academics and the Vlads and things like that, those are independent. He's going more so where the narrative can be controlled and he can get his people going, nah, we're not talking about that. Nah, we're not talking about
Exactly.
that. It ain't going to be no wild card or anything like that flipped up. He has his image on lock and he's not playing that game. I ain't even mad at him for that.
Good point.
But people do need to come on here to make sure that their narratives are correct, right? When you get into a situation where you Diddy and the shit just got way too far, yeah, it would make sense for you to kind of come down to the grassroots. But why would he come to Vlad? Why would he go to Adam22 when over the last year all they've done was talk about and dog him and bring on people to confirm the dogging and confirm the railroading and confirm the kicking me in the motherfucking back and continuing to have me sit up in his jail cell mainly because they're helping aid my destruction in the public opinion.
And some of them dudes ain't good interviewers, man.
No.
Just because y'all made it, some of y'all niggas is ass.
Just because you can find somebody's case file and ask them questions based off of what the fuck they've done in a legal perspective, don't make you a good interviewer.
Right.
At all. My bad.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, that's all I wanted to throw in there, man. See, if you want to interview with Jay-Z, like you said, it got to be a controlled environment. The questions are probably going to be scripted, but it takes a certain caliber of interviewer. I mean, anybody can actually do it, but to bring out the best in that interview, you're going to need a certain caliber. And the people that you name, no disrespect to any of them, I think if I had to pick any of them, it would probably be the guy Sean Cotton that would do it. But it's not even his interview's a little bit different than that.
I don't even know who that is.
That's the dude Say Cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, the Say Cheese. The Say Cheese guy. Yeah.
I know that. I ain't know.
Yeah, and I definitely respect his grind, respect his hustle.
Me too.
And the way he moves stuff. Because I don't see him on that culture vulture shit. You know what I mean, over there. I don't know a lot about the platform, but I do see some of the stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at a point, it's like, man, fuck Adam22. For real. Fuck Vlad.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like you said, all these years they spend tearing and ripping down and vulturing off the culture. So he's saying he ain't fucking with y'all.
Yeah.
What do you think about Dame Dash though?
What about him, bro?
I gotta pull up his exact quotes. He was pretty much saying that people like Jaguar Wright,
Cat Williams,
and Cat Williams were like fortune tellers, like prophets. And go ahead.
It makes him look weak, man.
Right.
And it just, for somebody for years who said he don't want to talk about Jay-Z no more, this last year he's been on a promo run talking about nothing but Jay-Z.
Right.
But then, and I'm not going to call out the platform because I'm going to allow that platform to eat, but when you look at the source and you look at where he's saying it at, maybe getting a couple dollars that he need in his pocket to go ahead and talk about whatever the fuck he wants. So I think
he may have been on his platform.
He was.
He was on his own, right? Okay, yeah.
He was.
Damn.
And then he was on another platform.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where somebody can get a pretty penny to come on here and say whatever they want. Shout out to DeHaven, and I'm gonna bring him up right now because obviously his dynamic with Jay-Z has been absolutely terrible the last couple of years. He has genuine beef because he felt like Jay-Z railroaded him, was his former best friend. He was people came to him wanting to talk about the situation, major publications and all things like that. He said he don't think Jay-Z did it. They ain't never been Jay-Z's motive. They ain't never been Jay-Z's style. Now, if anybody would have a license to go, yeah, I think he did it, and make a couple dollars from going ahead and saying that shit, it would be him. But he didn't do it. And he's come on here and said so many things, but everything he said actually happened to him.
Oh yeah,
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
It may be like, okay, what are we getting from it at this point? But everything that he said at least happened. So if he's gonna sit back and go, nah, that ain't Jay-Z's, I salute him for that.